Yeah, they're not great, the roads out there, but they are getting a little better. Not so much the conditions, but the fact there's fewer people on them. Let's just take a look at some of those conditions right now. Zooming into the metro there, you see it's all in the pink. That means it's completely covered in snow. A few blue roads on the outskirts, but for the most part, the roads in the metro are incredibly snow covered, and that's leading to slow traffic out there. Take a look. We're going to go back here. Take a look at the map if we can. Oh, I'm all over the place here. It's all red. You can see that means that traffic is really crawling all over the area. You know, it is partially because of traffic and because of crashes, and partially just because there's so much snow on the roads. A lot of plows out there. People are going slow. All right, looking at some cameras now. This is a jackknifed semi. This is over in the Lakeland area, right on the Wisconsin border, I-94 and Highway 95 there. So traffic backed up there, and a jackknife semi on the road. We also have delays all afternoon up in the Brooklyn Center area, kind of 694 area, and then you can see Highway 100 is at Duluth just cleared up. For a long time we had flashing lights and an accident there. So things starting to get a little better, but still better to just stay in if you don't have to be out there, Julie.
Yeah, that would be a great option. We didn't give Jessica Hart that option. We sent her out in Mobile 11 to give us a bird's eye view of the roads. How's it looking out there, Jessica? And where are you?
Hey, Julie, we're traveling on Highway 7 toward Excelsior, and we've been on interstates, back roads, freeways, just driving for about 2 hours now. And Highway 7 is the best road we've seen so far. So let me show you what we're looking at here. So this is the road. You can see peaks of the pavement kind of peeking through that snow. The other half of the road is pretty snow covered, but we're moving pretty well at 30 miles an hour, which is the fastest we've been going all night long. Now, MnDOT says they have 800 plows, but that doesn't mean they're all going to be out, right? We've seen several of them traveling up various interstates and freeways. And when I talked with their spokesperson, Ann Meyer, she says that hundreds of crews are going to be out right now plowing, but they're all going to stay in their coverage area. So even if they're not seeing that much snow, they're not going to move to a different district to help out there. And even though it's been a minute since we've had this much snow this early in the season, Meyer says they're prepared.
So we're not unfamiliar with dealing with the ups and downs of winter and the years that give us more snow, less snow, different types of snow. What we really need drivers to do is do their part. They're a huge part of the equation when it comes to safety.
So what can you do? For starters, MnDOT says if you see a plow, try to stay 10 car lengths behind them and never drive through a snow cloud. Meyer says it's also important to turn off cruise control because you never know where you're going to hit an icy spot, especially since so many of these roads are covered with snow. MnDOT says they'll have crews working through the night and into tomorrow afternoon to get the roadways clear. Back to you.
The storm is going to keep them busy. Thank you, Jessica. We'll check back in a little bit. Well, if you have to travel, log on to MnDOT's 511 page. Lots of roads in blue or pink on the map. It shows where there's snow or ice tonight. You can also see where the plows are on the move. Speaking of which, you will want to check our closings page or your city's website to see if a snow emergency has been declared in your area. Those snow emergencies allow plows to clear residential streets. Planning ahead can help you avoid a ticket or worse, a tow. The National Weather Service issued a winter storm warning for communities north of the metro. Jennifer Hoffa has been making her way north throughout the evening and joins us live now in Brooklyn Park with a look at conditions. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Julie. Yeah, trying to make our way north was at least what we were trying to do this afternoon. We didn't get very far. For our last live shot of the evening, I wanted to just end on a really calming, beautiful shot, because when you get out of that chaos and you get out of that tough driving, it's actually really nice out here, and a nice gentleman let us use his yard to show off how beautiful it is. But just to give you an idea of how quickly the afternoon devolved, we started on Highway 100 and immediately by 3 o'clock or so saw several accidents and could hardly make our way out of the Golden Valley area. By another hour later, we were off of Highway 252 up in this area, and by this point in the evening it was just impossible to make our way out. Not only was traffic just terrible, you heard folks talk about the number of accidents and just how bad the roads have been, completely covered in snow. This is an incredible amount of snow that we just haven't seen in quite a while, especially this early in the season. So if folks can hunker down and enjoy it like we are here, I think that's your best bet. for the rest of the evening because, as you heard Belle say, you know, this is going to go on for a couple more hours yet. Back to you.
It's really pretty when you're inside looking out. And speaking of snow covered, Jennifer, I don't know how long you've been standing there, but you, my dear, are snow covered in just a few minutes. All right. Thanks so much. We appreciate it. Well, this storm is going to continue through tomorrow, so be sure to tune in to KARE 11 Sunrise starting at 4:30 a.m. for a live look at these changing conditions. And you can find extended weather coverage and live radar on KARE 11 Plus, our app for your TV, throughout this weather impact alert.